Dani Gurry, and you've tuned in to Good Morning Frederick. It's a podcast, well, about Frederick. Everything, the people, the businesses, the nonprofits, and the cool stuff. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Good Morning Frederick. Good morning, Frederick. Let me fix this. See, already. Good morning. It is a gorgeous Tuesday, April 30th. I'm your host, Dani Gurry. So honored to be here. It's the end of our first month of streaming Good Morning Frederick. I mean, what a month it has been. The biggest growth has been on YouTube, 166 subscribers. So I appreciate every single one of you with my begging and pleading who has subscribed to Good Morning Frederick on the Everything Frederick Live YouTube channel. There will be more content coming. I am working on some really fun stuff. So please subscribe, please share, and ask everyone you know to subscribe. I'd love to hit that 200 number. I don't know if you've ever started a YouTube channel before or any social media, actually. It's much harder to get your likes, follows, and subscribers than it was maybe 10 years ago. So I understand everybody protects their subscriptions and their follows and likes, but if you could find it to subscribe to that channel, be so appreciative. We have just under 8,000 views on that channel, and we probably after today, we'll hit the 200 watch hours, which is pretty cool. Just for if you ever thought, oh, how do you make money off of YouTube? You need 1,000 subscribers at least, and I believe 10,000 hours of watch time. So we're very far from that, but I'm just happy that when we go live, you get your notification and you can view it, share it, and interact with it on YouTube a little more simply sometimes than Facebook. So, all right, in local political news, early voting starts May 2nd, and I've actually updated the Everything Frederick calendar with all the important dates regarding our primary election. The primary voting day is May 14th. I continue to interview candidates for the Board of Education. Yesterday, it was Angie Vigliotti. The interviews will be posted in their entirety, unedited, to YouTube, and I will include a short segment in each Good Morning Frederick as well on the following day. On today's show, I'm including 5 minutes of my 1-hour conversation with Rayna Remondini, and you'll meet, also later in the show, you'll meet Dr. Amir Rashidian from Mid Atlantic Chiropractors. Then I'll take you over to the trees, to Tree Trekkers, and hear from the site manager, Ashley Schweinhart. So let's get into it. It is time for Good Morning Frederick. I want to thank the sponsor of this program, Fox Tree Designs, who printed my swag, which I have sweatshirts. I have t-shirts that will be available for purchase this afternoon at the home of Everything Frederick at our grand opening. And they do full color lettering for signs, banners, labels. They're actually going to be doing, I think, some window labels or window signs for the home of Everything Frederick. Again, that's at 401 North Market Street. I want to thank them so much for that. And starting tomorrow, I'm excited to announce we'll have a new sponsor. So we will talk to you about them tomorrow. Weather today, partly cloudy, high of 88. Looking outside, it looks really clear. But, this is Maryland, and it is spring. Apparently, there's a chance of thunder showers later, which means I need to give my dog some sort of medication so she doesn't freak out. But no fear, it looks like that's going to come after the ribbon cutting today. Again, 4:30 and then 5 to 7 we have happy hour. Tomorrow sunny and 84, Thursday sunny and 89, Friday looks like partly cloudy and 80, and then the weekend, what the heck, Mother Nature, Showers both days with temps in the high 60s to low 70s. That's just cruel. It is just cruel, and this is what spring is all about here in Maryland. One day 90, next day 60, and that's just how it goes, I guess. All right, want to remind you of all the amazing giveaways we have for you. Today is the deadline for 2 of them, and that is the month-long pass for SOS Safe Ride. You get a month long, all of May. You can get as many rides home, and your car can get delivered home with you as well. That is amazing. You should just text, even if you know somebody. Maybe some young person in their early 20s would appreciate that gift. And Tiffany from Pet and Home Care is giving away a bottle of pet CBD and a week of midday walks for your dog. Oh my gosh, that would be phenomenal. So the deadline is today, 9 p.m. for both of those. I will be texting the winners tomorrow morning and let you know how to claim your prize. Also, you can text cows and get 2 tickets to the game this Saturday at 5 p.m. at the newly named Woodsboro Bank Arena at Hood College. Congratulations to Woodsboro Bank on that. And finally, I've got 4 tickets to the Low Key Festival, which happens May 17th at Carroll Creek Amphitheater. It's 5 to 8 p.m., live music, food trucks, all ages, family friendly. So all you have to do is text to get 4 tickets to the Low Key Festival. So we'd love to see you out there. That is a Key City Rotary event. It's kind of our debutante, so to speak. Not a fundraiser in particularly. It's just a way that you can meet people from the Key City Rotary Club. All right. Now, market makers. Boy, they really make things happen in Frederick for sure. Let's get to it. Market Makers is sponsored by Taco Bar. It is Taco Tuesday. Woo! 20% off 3 tacos. Taco Bar is located at West Point Plaza on Route 40, kind of right between 40 and alternate 40 at that little split. It's near our friend Marilyn Bakes, too, if you needed to know where that was. You get 3 tacos, 20% off all day. They have steak, chicken, al pastor, carnitas, fish, and more, plus vegan options. They have vegan al pastor and vegan chorizo. Wow, that's amazing. So if you're vegan, you can head in there, too. And if you're feeling adventurous, you can try the beef tongue or small intestine tacos. I still have to get over there for those. I promise I'm going to do it. It's fantastic, and it's so pretty inside that restaurant. So head over to Taco Bar. All right, Tree Trekkers is not only a great place to get off the screen and into the green, which is their little motto, but the park also comprises 30 acres of protected land. Let's chat with Ashley Schweinhart from Tree Trekkers. And I will do that as soon as I can pull her up here. Here we go. Here with Ashley, the site manager, marketing director for Tree Trekkers. Beautiful place to be today. Yes. Our original, I'll just say this, we were supposed to record, I think last week, and went in the pouring down rain, or the week before. So this is a beautiful day to be at Tree Trekkers, but every day is. Thank you so much for taking the time today. You know, I've had a relationship with Tree Trekkers since it opened.
Yes.
And it's fabulous to see the growth and the improvements and all of that. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
So for people who don't know, give them kind of the brief synopsis of what Tree Trekkers is.
Yeah. Part of our mission was actually to protect forests in Frederick County. It's rapidly developing here. We know it's lots of families are coming in, which is great, but then we're also losing wilderness because of that. So we wanted to incorporate a family recreation activity while saving trees.
Okay.
So we are on 30 acres of protected forest. So as long as Tree Trekkers is here, we will have 30 acres of forest for future generations to enjoy.
Awesome.
And then the course itself, it's a high ropes course or challenge course. It sits on 7. It's one of the largest high ropes courses in the country.
Wow,
Yes, so
I did not know that.
Yes, so
okay.
it's a very big course.
Yeah.
We have 16 trails and 8 difficulty levels. 14 are like the challenge course trails. They have different obstacles and elements and zip lines, and then we have 2 full zip line trails.
Yeah, and you've added the over the driveway, which is very cool. That came in that last year?
Yep.
Yeah,
so last year we added, so our most popular course was Red River Run, which is a zip line around the park. So last year we added Delta Dash, which goes over the driveway.
Yeah, that's pretty
very
cool.
Yes.
That is very cool. So I have actually done the course, well, a couple of them, not the hard ones. She zooms through all these places, but I mean, it's fun. It's exhilarating. It's a workout.
Yes.
I think I was sore for 3 days after doing it because your mind is so focused on so many other things that you don't realize what you're doing. But there is a course for every level.
Yes.
Every level. If you've never done it, don't panic. There are some courses that are fun and exhilarating, but much easier. And then there's some courses for those experts,
yes,
who have climbed everything as well.
So it's kind of like a ski slope. You have like your bunny slopes, your
Yeah.
easy slopes, and then you work your way up to beginner, intermediate, advanced, all the way up to that double black diamond trail.
Yeah. What is the youngest age?
We recommend 8 and older. We will take starting with age 4 to 7. Do need an adult to climb with them. That's going to be our little foot combo ticket. That ticket comes with an adult climber and one youth climber, age 4 to 7.
Okay.
And then 8 and up don't need an adult. So if you're not into climbing, you can still come sit. I had a gentleman sitting on his laptop working this weekend. I was like, if you have to work, you might as well do it in a beautiful forest
That's right.
while your kids are climbing.
Yeah. So this is a great place for groups and team
Yes.
building, companies, if they, that you have the opportunity to bring your team and get a pavilion
Yep.
and have, a gathering. So you guys open in 20, right?
At the end of 2019 and then 2020.
2019. Since that time has been kind of the best thing about the business here.
Our initial best highlight, Jessie Graff came and climbed with us. So American Ninja Warrior has been here. She's been on our American Ninja Warrior double black diamond course with me.
Wow.
So that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
She's been here twice, but the first time was just with her family.
Okay.
And then she came in and did an appearance for
Nice.
us. So
Yeah.
that was pretty exciting. So that was early on. 2021, we started our Climbing for a Cause fundraiser.
Right. Yes.
So that's exciting. So we do love giving back to the community. So we did one for the Arc of Washington County, and then we've done 2 for Relay for Life.
Yeah.
And then this year we have Girls on the Run coming up on May 11th,
Yeah.
and then another one August 17th for Relay for Life.
Yeah.
This year they're going to be even bigger. So we've got food trucks. We have McClintock Distilling that's going to be here. We have cornhole tournament, and then we'll have raffles as well. So it's going to be a pretty fun day.
Yeah, and what a great way. And I will say this, personal experience, you guys are extraordinarily generous with local organizations, not only giving away tickets and donating them to causes, but hosting events for people to fundraise and finding a way to make it all work. And you guys have been extraordinary. Day one to now for that, for sure. You are really an integral part of the community. You've kind of woven yourself into everything. And I mean, I think you feel like that you guys are where you expected to be at this point in the journey, or?
Well, that's a tough one because
Yeah.
we did have COVID, so which
Yeah.
I think threw off everyone's
Yeah.
business trajectory. So I don't really consider us because we're in year 5, but
Right.
I would say it's
Really?
more like in a business plan wise, it's more like year 3 because
right.
COVID kind of threw everything off.
Yes.
So year 3, yes, I think it's going well. Year 5, it's like all right, we would have expected to
I
be
knew
ahead a little bit
everything.
more.
Yeah.
But I do think this year, I think it's the year the company picnic does come back. We've had a couple different companies call, so we do have a great location for company picnics. Like Dani said, we have the pavilions, we have cornhole, we have ground games available, so not everybody in your company wants to climb. There's a lot of stuff for them to do on the ground. It's a beautiful park, and then the experience itself really encourages a lot of team bonding and organic communication.
It is for sure. And it's funny because I climbed, I think one time, I think I've done it twice. One time was with Brian, my coworker, and it was just quite funny, both of us, just how we responded to what was happening. And It is ton of fun. Even if you've never climbed, even if you're afraid of heights, I encourage you. It's a very secure system. I encourage you to just try it. Right?
And if you scroll through our Instagram, I'm pretty sure you can still find Dani when she was. Yes.
Yes.
So if you want to see Dani ziplining,
That's
it's on
right.
there.
Yeah. What is one thing you'd want people to know about tree trekkers that they may not already?
That's a good question. So I would say talk a lot about it, but we do support our local small businesses. That's part of our mission. Our mission is get off the screen and into the green, but another part of that is really supporting our small local business community, making sure we're shopping local, we're supporting local. We're making sure that the politicians we vote for are sticking by their word when they say they're supporting small local business. So I think just encouraging people to check in with your small local business owners, see how things are going, see how policies affect them, how certain taxes are affecting them, and overall how they're doing. So again, supporting the local nonprofit community and the local business community is a big part of what we do.
Yeah, and that is the core of kind of this whole show, right? The show is to highlight businesses, nonprofits, people of Frederick that you may not even be familiar with, because there's even some that I didn't know, which is crazy to me actually. But at the same time, offering the community ways to support them that even don't cost money. And so, like I say all the time, sharing people's social media posts, putting it on your own timeline, saying this is a great business that supports our community. Please get out there if you'd like to participate. If you know your company is planning something or a fundraiser is going to happen, suggest places like Tree Trekkers. All of that, really goes to support, because you guys employ a lot of our young people.
Yes.
Every summer you've got high schoolers, college age, coming back to work, which obviously helps you, but helps them. And it's we don't want this land to go away because you guys aren't here, right? So one of the best ways to do that is not to wait until somebody says we're closing and you say, oh gosh, I loved that place. Support while they're wide open. Okay, so you guys are now open fully?
So we're open Friday through Sunday right now.
Okay.
We're available Tuesday through Sunday for groups, school field trips, company picnics, and then if school's out, we typically have our day camp that runs, and then we have general admission tickets on days Frederick County's out of school. We also have our homeschool days. I'm gonna have you check the website for those because there's a couple of them and I don't know every date. And those are $35 tickets, so you get the same rate at homeschool that our school groups and nonprofits would get during the week. And then it's the same rate too if you have a homeschool group, a co-op that wants to come on a different day, and you would organize that, and we would give you that same rate for that as well. And then once school is out, we'll be open Tuesday through Sunday for the summer.
Okay, awesome. It's, I think, what do you think the biggest stigma is about tree trekkers? What do you think is keeping people from lining up every day you're open?
Honestly, I think it's we might be like one of the best kept secrets in Frederick.
I think so. Yeah, I think
and so trying to get the word out. Again, small businesses, you don't have a lot of money for marketing, so we go to a lot of events where boots on the ground. But like Dani said, even if you're maybe climbing's not your thing, but you want to support small business, sharing it on Facebook, following them, doing a review. Just spreading the word is super. It's free and it goes. It does so much for your small local business community.
Yes, it does. I try to implore people, and I know it sounds like you're just kind of preaching the same lines over and over, but it's huge for us, because when we can show that engagement is happening, not only are we able to utilize that, but certainly the search engines utilize that quite heavily. So that's a big thing. So if a mom comes with her kids who are over 8, she can just chill?
Yes.
And
so we have walking paths under the course, so she can walk, she can take photos. We have Adirondack chairs, so she can go sit in a corner and read a book and not, and just have some alone time. So you kind of be as involved or not as involved as you want to be. You just can't leave the property. You just have to. And
it's not a drop and go.
Yes. With day camp you can, summer camps you can, but if you're just coming to climb, there's a lot of spots you can find in the park to sit and have a picnic, read a book. Or again, you can walk. We've had moms come and do their own exercise routine while the kids are climbing, walk up and down the driveway. I don't know who would want to do that, but there are people that do it.
And one thing you should know, there you have people along the course the whole way. Should somebody need assistance or any of that, right?
Yes, so our experience is self-guided, but we do have staff stationed around the park. All you have to do is yell staff and somebody will be there to assist you. And we take you through a pretty extensive training and allow you to practice before you start climbing. So there's staff kind of every points of your journey, but once you get up and climbing, it is a self-guided experience.
Yeah, self-guided, yeah. You're not going to have like Ashley right behind you like I did, or zooming in front of you like I also did, but
you can rent a private guide though. So if that's something you want, that is an option. You can rent a private guide.
I did not know that.
Yes.
All right. Another big thing you guys do here, birthday parties.
Yes.
Big thing.
Yes.
So how does that look or work?
Sure. So we have a couple of different party package options to choose from. Our premium party package comes with its own pavilion rental. So you get your own private pavilion, 10 tickets. It comes with a party host, and then each pavilion rental, each party is 4 hours in length. So you have time to kind of set up your pavilion, climb, and then to do like pizza, cake, or presents, or whatever you want, hang out in the pavilion afterwards, which I think is kind of unique to tree trekkers, because a lot of places, I think you get your space for like an hour or 2 hours, which you have a full 4 hours in your party space. So it's a very relaxed experience. And again, you have that party host. So it's one of those things you can be as involved in your party or not involved as you want. We'll order food from El Forno's from you. The pizza place delivers. But the party host can pretty much take care of everything you need, or if you don't, if you're more independent, it's up to you.
That's great.
They're like the 5-star party experience.
That is great. When you have young kids and you're trying to wrangle 20 or whatever, 10 kids around, that's great to have somebody to help you. Is there anything else that we've forgotten that we haven't ticked off the box yet?
So we do have a couple new party options coming. So we have a graduation party package, and then we're going to start offering a bachelorette party package as well. So that's coming. It does not include alcohol. That comes afterwards.
Yes,
but you will get a fun Tree Trekkers tumbler to take with you to your next spot.
I love it.
We do have that come in, and then we have a couple of scout service projects we're going to start offering this year as well.
Excellent. Look, there is always something fantastic happening at Tree Trekkers. Check them out on the web, treetrekkersmd.com. You can book your tickets, sign your waivers, do your party planning, get your package, whatever you need. And if you have any questions, you can always contact the staff here. They're amazing, and they will take great care of you. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Dani.
All right. Now, I did look on Instagram for the video of me on Tree Trekkers. I do have to say I did not require any assistance, though there were times I thought I may, but I couldn't find it. So I did look for it for sure. But Tree Trekkers, so much fun. I think it's something really great to do with your kids. I keep talking to my kids about going to do that together. But it's kind of fun to get through it and feel that sense of accomplishment. Okay, after the break, we're going to hear how Dr. Rashidian and his wife Brandy went door to door when they first opened their chiropractic office in Frederick. And you'll get 5 minutes with Rayna Remondini, who is running for a seat on the Board of Education. And that's coming right after this.
All-in-One Events is Frederick's #1 source for event rentals and entertainment. Please visit us on the web at www.aioeventgroup.com or call 1-888-727-8902 for more information.
Again, I want to thank the sponsors who continue to make this program possible for their support, and including A&S Construction, a local and award-winning woman and minority-owned business located right here in Frederick. They specialize in everything on the outside of your home, including roofing, siding, windows, gutters, patios, and decks. Again, the weather's nice. You're going to want to be outside. And if you're sitting outside right now looking at your deck or siding or worried about your roof, you need to give Sandra a call, 301-703-2157, or you could email her at info@ansconstruction.net. And there is a special offer, and today is the final day. So if you had any thought of maybe contacting ANS Construction, do it right now so that you could save $750 off any roof or siding replacement, or $50 off any roof repairs. You have to schedule them by the close of business today. And please let Sandra know that you saw this on Good Morning Frederick. Okay, there's a lot happening in Frederick, and we're going to take you through it right now. We want to thank We Help You Move for sponsoring Happening in Frederick. Whether you're moving across the street or across the country, Nicholas and his team of moving experts can make the whole thing easy. It's veteran owned and a supporter, and Nick is a huge supporter of the Frederick community. All right, if you want to know what's happening in Frederick, I know y'all know where to go. You can text calendar to 888-465-2944, and that number is scrolling on the bottom of the screen. When you text calendar to our text line, you'd get a link, a bounce back, automatic, with a link to the calendar itself. Now, I'm going to show you the calendar today, and I'm telling you, there's so many things happening. Again, this is the month, April is finishing. And I'm going to click here on agenda, which actually shows you in I think a much easier format to read. You will see that we've got all kinds of events going on, including our grand opening and happy hour today, starting at 4:30. And there'll be a ribbon cutting with the chamber, and Downtown Frederick Partnership will be there, and we've got food, I think Sarah Kephart, and Intense Barbecue. There's little live music. We've got a couple people playing. Shannon has gone all out. I have an official photographer and everything. She has allowed me to join this grand opening and ribbon cutting as well to celebrate my business, Promo Circus. Because we're online, I work out of home. Not so conducive for me to do that here, so she's allowed me to go there. Plus, Good Morning Frederick, you'll be able to buy merch, not only from Good Morning Frederick, but everything Frederick. She's got beautiful sweatshirts, little bucket hats, glassware, window clings. We're going to have all of that for sale starting today. And after today, the store is actually going to be open. I believe it's Wednesday to Sundays, and we'll have the hours posted. But you'll be able to stop in to the live version of Everything Frederick. We're calling it the home of Everything Frederick, 401 North Market Street. So please join us for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Also, Thursday, you want to check out the, I'm trying to find it here. Oh, we've got a lot of farmers markets opening this week. May has been the month for that, so you want to check that out. And I'm trying to find the details for Spring Bloom. Oh, here it is. Friday, May 3rd at 3. It is the Spring Bloom Immersive Pop-In. This is a gathering of local women artists and creatives with a spring theme of blooming, garden, and plant. Various mediums of art, including photography, mixed media. There's a bouquet bar from Winding Root Farm. They have light garden-themed appetizers by Family Eats, and even a garden-themed cocktail and mocktail. And Sage Cakery has made mini cake and cupcakes with a painted flower motif. And if you've never seen Nikki's artistry and work, it is phenomenal. So you can head there. It is at the Give Rise Studio on South Carroll Street on Friday, May 3rd at 3 o'clock. Also, starting on the 2nd, and you can see I have included here, you have early voting starting May 2nd. There's also a link to find your early voting locations because many times Actually, I think all times. It's not the same as your election day voting location because kids are in school and a lot of this happens in our schools. So you can click on the link to find your early voting location if you want to vote early. I've also included the deadlines. So there are deadlines to request. If you haven't gotten, you want a mail-in ballot because you might not be in town on the 14th, you need to request that to get it by fax or mail on the 7th. And then you need to, if you want to get it by email, you need to request it by the 10th. And then the actual election is on May 14th, Tuesday, 7 a.m. until I think it's 8 p.m. Yes, and if you need to find your polling place, you can do that here. Okay, so that leads me to the Board of Education. I've been speaking with the candidates. A couple days ago, I spoke with Rayna Remondini, and I posted the entire interview already to YouTube. Yesterday, I spoke with Angie Vigliotti, and I will be posting her interview in full today, and then tomorrow we will feature her as well. And I have plenty more coming up. So if you're interested in the Board of Education and you haven't yet done some research, you can do so by watching some of the videos. And I know that there's some other people who have interviewed a lot of the candidates too. So do your research, but here is 5 minutes with Rayna.
Well, Dani, I really want to thank you again for giving all of us this platform. So I really believe that the best kind of voter there is an educated voter. And I respect the viewers of your show and people that are tuning in and paying attention and not putting their heads in the sand, because our schools are the most important institutions that we have in this country. Our schools are where we send our children. And as a mother of 6 children, each one of my children learns differently. Each one of them is a different human being that has different needs. And so when we send our kids off to school, we would like to think that we're sending them to a place where they are in a environment and they're safe. And I know that a lot of people feel that their children are not safe, whether it's because of school shootings or whether it's because of bullying. And so I am here to be an advocate for change, to make sure that we can make our schools safe places again. And I know that a lot of people talk about equity and inclusion. And I want to say that every child has a right to an education. And it may not be what the public school is providing. If you find that the public school is not giving your child what they need, then every parent should be able to have the freedom of choice. I feel that the tax dollars should follow the child. If you have a child that's on the spectrum, maybe they're not best served in a public school, and parents should have every right to either take them out of the system, put them someplace where they can grow and they can have a love of learning. Because right now, if you take a look at our schools, a lot of them seem to be like prison to pipeline systems. You have situations where those who want to learn can't learn because they're caught up in a system of being put in with everyone else. And not all kids are the same, again. So I'd like to make a differentiation with myself, saying that, one, I am a teacher. I do deal with teachers and students on a regular basis. I understand that children are different and that they all have different needs, and that sometimes the public school system doesn't meet all of those needs. But at the same time, we can't make the school system into a one-size-fits-all. So if you find that you're not being serviced in public schools, if it doesn't fit your child's needs, then you should have every right to go somewhere else that fits their needs. And for those who want the school system to work, for those who want the school system to get better, then I think the only way to do that is by making a show of action. If the school system doesn't improve, if the school system doesn't change, then parents should have an off ramp. Parents should have an exit ramp. I don't want for public school systems to fail. I want public school systems to thrive. I want for every child to be able to thrive. And when they graduate, I want them to be able to be proficient in reading and writing and science and math. I don't believe that that is occurring. And because there is such a fail right now, I want to make a difference. I want to do more than just talk about it. I want to do more than complain about it. That's why I put my hat in the race, this being the second time, because I'm passionate about education, whether it's my children in the system or not. I feel that there needs to be a change. And if you want a change to the status quo, if you want to see things done differently, then I would ask for your vote, because that is what I intend to do. I don't intend to rubber stamp the failures of the school system. I don't intend to perpetuate the failures of the school system. I intend to listen, as I always have, to the voices of parents, to the voices of teachers, and to make a systematic change in the right direction.
You have your website up there, so if people want more information, please go to RaynaRemondini.com, and I'm sure you'll be hearing more from her. The primary is May 15th, correct?
May 14th, and early voting is May 2nd to May 9th. That includes Saturday and Sunday.
Okay.
So I urge everyone to get out there and cast your vote.
All right. Yes. You want to get out there and cast your vote. Again, you can watch that full interview on the YouTube channel. You will see it there. Yeah, we wish all the candidates great luck. And again, I will have Angie Vigliotti tomorrow. We'll put up her interview later today. All right, if you have an event you want included on the calendar, just email it to everythingfredericklive@gmail.com. That moves us to the prom we're doing for Scott Key Center. I want to wave to everybody because they watch every day, sometimes in the morning when we're live, and then sometimes over their lunch. And I'm really excited. Now, we have been asked several times, what's the theme? So I have asked Beth Pearson at Scott Key Center to poll all the people over there to see what they would like the theme to be. We've got the typical Under the Stars or Night to Remember, but we need, I'm a very logical, concrete person. So I have a hard time doing that when the prom is from 11 to 1. So we could do something like Best Day Ever or The Most Wonderful Afternoon. But if you have some ideas, please text us or leave a comment and we will follow that theme all the way through. Again, I want to thank Charles Studio for donating to help us cover the expense of the food. We are still collecting donations, so if you can, even $10, we would so appreciate that so that we can put on a lovely spread for all 125 people of the Scott Key Center. And the businesses I have listed there have all donated 100% of their fees for our event. So again, when we talk about, when people ask me, what can I do? Just make sure if you ever need a DJ service, balloon arch, cookies, cakes, or anything like that. Maybe you want a 360 photo booth. Please support those businesses who have supported the causes that we have put out there, because they're, that's a lot for a local business to do, and we are so appreciative. So if you can help, please go to scottkeycenter.org and donate. Okay, after the break, you're going to hear from Dr. Rashidian and hear his story of how Mid Atlantic Chiropractic broke into the town of Frederick. Right after this.
Elevate your next party with Dreamscape Slumber Events. Over 12 themes and customization available for kids, teens, and adults to enjoy. Don't have the space? We have solutions for that too. Search Dreamscape Slumber Events on Facebook.
Key City Rotary presents the Low Key Festival, a family-friendly, all-ages event on May 17th from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Carroll Creek Amphitheater. Tickets are just $5 in advance, $10 at the door. Kids under 5 are free. Live music, food from Grilled Cheese Please, traditional authentic Mexican and Rocky Point Creamery, adult drinks from Rockwell Brewery, 10th Ward Distilling and Hidden Hills Winery. Come out to downtown Frederick and have some low-key fun.
Okay, that's going to be a great event, the Low Key Festival. Again, you can win 4 tickets just by texting Low Key to our number, which I will put up again on the screen. There you go. All right, Dr. Rashidian has a belief about taking care of the body, so you have a life of wellness. So it doesn't matter how long you live, it does matter how well you live. And I do ask him, what are 3 things people should do starting today to achieve that? And he gives me them. Here he is, Dr. Rashidian. Of being with Dr. Rashidian from Mid Atlantic Chiropractic Centers. I have worked with you over the years, or been in touch with you over the years, and you guys just continue, seems to be growing.
Absolutely.
And busier.
Yeah.
I don't know what that says about our population and what's happening, but tell me a little bit about how you guys got started.
Okay.
And kind of where we are today.
Yeah, so we started in 2006.
Yeah.
And basically it was just Brandy and I, my wife.
Yeah.
And we came to Frederick. We liked Frederick. We went door to door. So it was actually election season that year. So a lot of, and this is before COVID, right? So a lot of politicians were going door to door, knocking on doors. So we're like, why don't we do what they're doing? 'Cause we had no marketing budget. Yeah. We had no skills in advertising and promoting. And so we said, we need to meet people. Yeah. So we drew a 1 mile radius around where the office was going to be. And we went to every house, every home, every apartment, knocked on doors, said hello, introduced ourselves, said, how long you been living here? Do you know where your nearest chiropractor is? Can I send you some information when we open our office? Yeah. Most people were really nice. Frederick is amazing. It is. But it was one of those tight-knit communities where it's hard to get into. Yeah. Because you're considered an outsider. And we also met 200 business owners. Wow. In that same 1 mile radius. Wow. Restaurant owners, shops, retail stores, attorneys, accountants.
And was the first office here at Crestwood?
No, it was downtown.
Oh,
it was downtown. Right on the corner of Market and 2nd. It was a former Farmers and Mechanics Bank building. Okay. Yeah, we had a big bank vault in there. Okay. Dan Hardy was the owner of the building at the time. He sold the building recently, but So
how long were you at that location?
6 years.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. 6 years, and then we outgrew that. Yeah. Moved to the Crestwood location, and then in 2020, we opened our second office up north near One Life Fitness.
Yes. Okay. So started with just you and your wife. She also is a chiropractor?
She's not.
Okay.
She's not. She managed the administrative side of things, and I did the patients.
Yeah,
and,
so she...
a few months later, we hired our first receptionist to answer phones.
She was probably happy about that.
Yeah, exactly. And then a few months after that, we hired our first chiropractor. Nice. And he was with us for a good 5 years, and then he had to move to New Jersey. But yeah, we've just been growing ever since.
Okay. Chiropractic services. So... what are you seeing right now that concerns you, I guess, about the future of people's bodies?
I'm going to use an analogy with economy. There's classes, lower class, middle class, upper class. Mm-hmm. Well, those same classes apply to healthcare. Mm-hmm. There's the sick, the mediocre, and then the ultra healthy. Mm-hmm. And just like in a bad economy, the middle class shrinks, and you get a lot of extremes, really rich, really poor. In healthcare today, that middle, the mediocre healthy people, that's shrinking. Okay. You have a lot of sick people and a lot of extremely healthy people and very little in between. And the reason is there isn't enough education on that. So you've got the people who have the funds, who can go to chiropractors, who can buy the higher end vitamins, who do the longevity treatments and so on. And then you've got the people who are in the system. They have to go where their insurance allows them to go. They have to do only what insurance covers, and they're the ones that are kind of suffering. Yeah. We are seeing people having heart attacks in their 30s. We're seeing people having cardiac arrest in their 20s.
Yeah.
It's awful. We're seeing type 2 diabetes in teenagers.
Yeah.
Teenagers, if they have diabetes, it should be type 1, not
right,
type
right.
Type 2. It used to be you had to be extremely old and you
yeah.
had to be extremely obese.
Yeah.
That's not the case anymore.
Oh my gosh.
So the environment isn't as clean as it should be. Our habits aren't as good as it should be. Our food isn't as good as it should be. And so we need information to get healthier.
Yeah, wow. I mean, that's a big apple to bite off, right? Like it is a lot. Do you see, because my kids do this all the time, the tech neck? Are you guys seeing a lot of the tech neck and all of that too?
Oh yeah, big time.
How do you get your kids to stop doing this? How? What do we got to do?
You withhold food.
Yeah, yeah.
I have 3 boys.
Yeah.
We have 3 full-size refrigerators in our house.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, how do we stop that? Hold your phone up higher.
Yeah.
Take a lot of breaks. You know, it's just as bad as sit in front of a computer.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
we talk about the 90-90-90 rule, 3 90 degrees. Your knees, your hips, your elbows should be at 90 degrees when
Okay.
you're on a computer.
Okay.
And your monitor should be up here.
Yeah.
So if you stand up or you sit really, really tall, your eyes should be halfway up your monitor.
Okay.
Most people are on a laptop.
Yeah.
So they're looking down.
Yeah.
Same with phones.
Yeah.
My kids, they're like
Yes.
this. And I go, just hold your phone up.
Yeah.
And if you support your elbows, these muscles don't get tight either.
Yeah.
So absolutely. Now, anytime you look down, every inch your head goes forward adds 10 pounds of weight to your neck muscles, neck and
Oh
shoulder
my
muscles.
Gosh.
So when you're down like 6
Yeah.
inches,
Yeah.
you're adding 60 pounds
Jeez.
of weight to your neck muscles and shoulders. And then you stay in that position long term.
Yeah.
You're developing neurologic patterns and habits
Yeah.
that will lead to arthritis and degeneration down the road.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I know you do a lot as far as educating as much as you can, right? You have a podcast?
We do.
Yes. And so how has that process been for you to do that?
Yeah, so it's Brandy and I. The
Yeah.
podcast is called Real Health with Brandy and Amir.
Yeah.
And being a practitioner, all the doctors here, we need to stay up to date on all the latest information. So we usually read articles anyway. So Brandy and I thought, listen, we're already reading these articles, we're already discussing them. Let's just turn on the camera and record ourselves
Yeah.
discussing them.
Yeah.
So all we do is every week we take what's in the news, mainstream media, whatever latest discovery is in healthcare, new drug, new advancements, new detection techniques, we talk about that. We read the article, we tell you what it means, we say what the wellness perspective of that would be.
Yeah.
The purpose of the podcast is to help people feel better, get stronger, live longer, and feel younger.
Yeah. So if you had to give people just kind of 3 things, if they only had to do 3 things or could only do 3 things, what would you say is so vital to having a healthier life? If you pick 3 things.
You know, everyone knows the main 3,
Yeah.
which is eat, exercise, and sleep,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's the main part of it.
Yeah.
So I won't give you the same thing you've already heard and everybody already knows already. What I want to give you is philosophy of wellness. The word wellness has never been defined, but the true definition of wellness is how much health and vitality you experience in the different dimensions of life. So wellness is not a destination, it's a direction, right? You either move toward wellness or away from it, which is toward illness. How do you move toward wellness? The 3 things are, look at everything in these 3 dimensions. The 3 dimensions are physical, biochemical, and psycho-emotional. And if you approach everything in that frame of mind, you will move toward wellness. So physical dimension, yes, exercise is part of it, but so is how you're sitting, how you're acting, how you're behaving, and rest. So you need to balance the exercise with rest. Some people exercise plenty, but they don't rest enough. Some people rest too much, don't exercise.
Right.
It has to be balanced.
Yeah.
The second dimension being biochemical. Most people understand you should eat good food. But the other side of the coin is remove toxins. So you need to make sure there aren't toxins in your environment.
Yeah.
And the last one, psycho-emotional, is when are you watching the news? Because there's some negativity in the news. And I'm not going to tell you not to watch the news. I watch the news.
Yeah.
But you know what? Watch it in the morning.
Yeah.
Because when you first wake up, your cortisol levels are high anyways. You get stressed, you get worried, that's fine. In the evening, you don't watch the news. That's when you watch a feel-good movie.
Right.
Hallmark. Watch Hallmark.
Hallmark Channel.
Watch
for
this
everybody.
podcast right here. This is the
That's
best. This is even better than Hallmark. You learn something
love
too,
it. I love
and
it.
you feel good.
Yeah.
You know. So psycho-emotional means your emotions have to be correct.
Yeah.
thinking good thoughts, but also removing negativity as well.
Yeah.
We can't live without negativity. It has to be there. You acknowledge it, you process it properly.
Okay, so what are like to go to a chiropractor? When should somebody see a chiropractor?
Good question. Depends on your goals.
Okay.
Our style of chiropractic is based on this one premise, that the human body is self-healing, self-regulating. That means the body was designed to produce an enzyme if it needs it, a hormone, it gets produced also. You need more skin cells, you produce that. Your skin only lives 30 days. Your bones only live 90 days. Your red blood cells only live 4 months.
Yeah.
Your liver's only alive 24 days. Everything in your body is constantly repairing and regenerating.
Yeah.
But there's one thing that doesn't repair and regenerate, one thing that controls everything else, that's your brain. And the way the brain communicates with the rest of your body is through the spinal cord and the nerves that come out. So when you come to us, our style of chiropractic is, let's balance the nervous system and make sure everything's functioning properly, cooperating with each other, so your organs are talking to each other and talking to your brain properly. We remove interference to make your whole body overall healthier. If that's the case, it's the same as going to a dentist. You might say, when's the best time to go to a dentist?
Okay.
You go, well, if you have teeth, you should go, right?
Fair enough,
And even though we live close to Washington, D.C., there actually are no spineless people. Except maybe on the chicken farm when they have boneless chicken.
Yes.
Other than that, everybody has a spine. If you have a
Okay.
spine and you haven't had it checked, you may be behind the 8 ball.
Okay.
You really should have it checked. You know, we get our teeth cleaned every 6 months, sometimes more often. We brush twice a day.
Right.
We floss hopefully once a day.
Yes.
And we get dental x-rays every 2 years.
Yeah.
Well, why is your spine any different?
Right.
We
Yeah.
do the same thing. So our patients, because of those 4 things I mentioned earlier, feel better, get stronger, live longer, and feel younger. If you want to do those 4 things, you should come in.
Okay.
Right? If you want to feel better, definitely come in. If you want to get stronger, when I say stronger, I'm not talking about being able to pick up more weight, but it's about being able to handle stress.
Yeah.
The more stress you can handle, the healthier you are. In fact, your level of health is directly determined by how much stress you can safely handle.
Yeah.
And I wrote 2 books on this
Yeah.
very concept of stress. And so you want to get stronger, you should come in. You want to live longer, you should come in. You want to feel younger, you should come in. So it depends on where you are on that spectrum.
Yeah. Now, I know chiropractic is sometimes, like you were saying earlier, not accepted on some insurance. Why is that?
Good question. As far as I know, 90% of insurances do cover it,
good.
including the federal government when it comes to...
Even like preventative, so if I just
No,
want...
that's the only
right,
problem.
Right. Okay,
So
right.
they
So
won't
if you had
cover
an
the
injury,
preventative.
right.
If you're injured,
Right.
insurance will cover it.
Right.
If you're healthy, quote unquote, meaning if you feel good
Yeah.
and you look good, they're not going to pay for it.
Right.
That's those preventative measures. That's out of pocket.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
No, that's the way
And
it is.
I have a theory on that, and this theory is very controversial. Can we get controversial on
Sure,
your podcast?
absolutely.
Okay, well, forgive me. I'm gonna get canceled for this, but it's okay. I saw we were on the podcast. We were reporting on an article about longevity, and in Italy, the government is worried that people are living too long because it takes too many resources, and population's getting bigger.
That's socialized medicine for you. I lived in it in Australia. They don't want to pay.
So my thought process is the reason insurance and Medicare and all these people don't cover preventative care and even like early care is because they don't want us to live too long, because then the population will get too big and there'll be too much to take
Using
care
the
of.
resources. The resources aren't there. I would 100% agree with you on that, actually. I don't think it's that controversial if you really think about it.
Right.
But yeah, it's the same thing. You wanted people to know one thing about Mid Atlantic Chiropractic. What would it be?
Oh, that's really good. We're a family. We are a family. We're trying to build a community of healthy people who help each other.
Yeah.
We want you to live a long life, but it's not about how long you live; it's how well you live,
yes,
right?
yes.
I define age as the number of years you have remaining, not how many years you've lived, because it's so variable.
Yeah.
You'll see a 30-year-old who is actually older than a 50-year-old in our society, and so, anyways. The only thing you need to know about Mid Atlantic is we're a family who cares about you.
Oh, that's pretty good. I like that. Well, look, if you haven't been, there's 2 offices. Come in and see Dr. Rashidian and the others. How many practitioners do you have?
We have 3 doctors.
3 doctors here. And is Brandy here anymore at all?
She is.
She is, okay. She's still running things from the back?
Oh, yeah. Every time she tries to step out, we pull her right back in.
I love it. Well, come by and see them. We'll make sure you have the website, phone numbers, and everything you need on this screen. We appreciate your time today.
My pleasure.
So
I appreciate you. Thank you. Thanks to everybody.
Dr. Rashidian is fantastic. And look, I think, I've never been to a chiropractor, and I'm going to go. I'm going to take the cameras so you can see what happens at a first check, and I'll probably get scolded for sitting not sitting up straight and bad posture and all of that. But look, I think, you can actually see Dr. Rashidian and his wife, Brandy, and his sons at the Flying Cows games, because they are the official chiropractor / physical therapy, I think, for the Flying Cows. And so I've seen Dr. Rashidian and his wife, Brandy, more over the last month than I have in the previous 12 or 13 years. So, but they are very involved in the community, and it's so fun to see them out there. So go get your check. All right, tomorrow we talk with Abby and Jen from Hartley House, and we're talking about how they're celebrating their 45 years serving people in Frederick and some of the misnomers about that organization. And we talk with Ori from Ori Custom Florals. He talks about learning to change with the times. And finally, as I mentioned, we will have the video or an interview with Angie Vigliotti, one of the other candidates for the Board of Education. All right, until then, be sure, search for Everything Frederick Live on TikTok. Good Morning Frederick's on TikTok as well. You can follow me on TikTok at Dani, just Dani. You'll find me there. And I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday. I hope I see you this afternoon at 4:30, 401 North Market Street for the grand opening of Everything Frederick and Promo Circus. Have an awesome day and get out there and be great, Frederick.